Did I scare you? Anyways, what's going on guys? RJ Animations back again with another video. So today I will make it quick for the intro. So a Karen got into a beef with my dad. So this should be fun and I'll explain it while we are getting there. And yeah, let's get right into it. So this happened 2 months ago and I was about to make this video as a gameplay, but meh, I want to do some actual work this time. So 2 months back then I was playing some video games upstairs in my room, just chilling and being toxic to bots until I heard my dad shouting on the phone. I was thinking, nah, it's my dad. So it's normal that, he is always shouting at someone on the phone because A, it may be our delivery vehicles are flat or being fixed, and B, he may be have someone that's calling on the phone because it's loud. And to be honest, I thought it was A at first, but because our equipment might be out of shape and because my dad owns a small water station, like the milk dudes that deliver milk but only purified water, so it's a small business. So yeah, sometimes I help my dad refilling gallons and ride with him along with the deliveries, and yeah, can barely lift only 1 gallon. Because one, I needed money because how else did I get my drawing tablet? I worked so hard for that for a month back then, and yeah, my dad didn't care what I might gonna buy because yeah, it's my money. I'll go crazy with it. And he would smack me sometimes because he said I'm always on the computer. So it's fair that I do some work. And me, yeah, that makes sense. Also, I'm getting a lot of money from it monthly, obviously. So when I pause the game, I hear on who is on my dad's phone. So it's my dad's far relative, but I'm not gonna say her name because I don't do that. So her name should be just Karen, and Karen keeps nagging to my dad that why there are moss inside our gallons and why they are dirty, and I'm listening, and it's so entertaining at first because it's rare that my dad has this conflict, and after that it just keeps intense and I thought my dad was about to get a heart attack, so I interrupted them. And yeah, dad, you should stop now. I'm shouting at him, not because I'm being rude, because I'm worried at him he may get no scope by a heart attack. So my dad listens to me, and thank God. And now I come in and said, what was that all about? So here, my dad says Karen is nagging about how our gallons have moss and how dirty it is, but my dad said that the gallons are her responsibility to take care of it, and surely she doesn't take care of it, because it's so dirty that you can get a lot of diarrhea from the dirty water from that. And then sometimes Karen leaves the gallons under the sun, and of course, when the water and some containers are being hit by the sun directly, of course moss and dirt comes in. And I said, why didn't she listen to you? And dad said, well son, I don't know. And she said she needs new gallons, and of course I don't want to do it because this has been going for a year now. And since that, I want to hear the story more. But, some of it already been fleshed out for me. And yeah, the conflict started like 4 years ago. Like year one was we started our water business pretty small. And my dad kind of like, make Karen a retailer. And, it's our first time doing this. And it's very hard. And we need a lot of people to spread our business. And yeah, since she is a far relative, I guess, she is special or something. And then year two, she starts nagging on the plastic seals, like when it covers the faucet of the gallon, she nags about it because it's not white seal. Because in our retailers, we have special white seals for them, so we know it's for the retailers and not for the regular customers. And now we are running low on it, and then obviously we don't give her white plastic seals because hey, not everything's about you, Karen. Shut up and sit. And and second, bro, at least appreciate the fact that you have plastic blue seals like our regular seals. Others wish they have some protection from gunk and dirt at their faucet. And on year 3, she wants new gallons, which my dad denies it because every month or so she wants a new gallon. And sometimes when we deliver the gallons, Karen is not at her house. Of course, we are gonna drop it because there are more deliveries to do and we will go back to their house. And guess what? Every time we go back at her house, she said it's already paid. And, that makes sense. So now in February of 2021, like last month, my dad just goes into Darren mode. Darren's the male version of Karen's. In a while, I stopped him, remember? So I let my dad calm down for 5 hours playing solitaire together. I wish he knew poker. So a few hours had passed and he gets a call from the DTI, which is called the Department of Trade and Industry. I don't know how I knew how it's called, but I still get a high grade from it back then. So he gets a call from this woman working on the DTI. So she said to my dad that a concerned citizen or a anonymous citizen filed a case on our water station saying that they won't fix the issue and how we are rude to her and the gallons are dirty. And I just put it on quotes. And then my dad calmly explained to the DTI woman on the phone the things that happened. And yeah, then the DTI woman said, "Oh, okay, you need to file her something because DTI isn't for suing companies. It's about protecting the brand and your stuff at your company." Again, just for me, how stupid could this get be? Because I know the fact who is this lady. I met her son and actually we hang out. He's real cool though. And it's not that often. And yeah, now my dad files a case on at her, in her barangay hall, like in the village hall where Karen lives, because hey, my dad wants to take this in a civilized manner. The barangay hall is translated as the village hall where Karens and yellow t-shirt boys do court and suing stuff. The yellow t-shirts are the guys that keep Karens from fighting and stuff. I know my dad can be a Darren because I can already tell sometimes. He can be a Darren like this one time where he actually won the lottery like 4,000 pesos, which in dollars cost $82. I searched it up, obviously. And the guy that runs the place says he doesn't have the money that my dad is going to get received from, he won the lottery. So my dad goes full Darren mode, like he didn't destroy anything, he didn't like fight, he didn't ask for the manager or something, except the dude's lottery business. My dad bruised this guy's business because there are still a lot of lottery places out here. And yeah, my dad didn't care. He said to the other people playing there, "Don't play here. If you win, you still don't get the money from this guy." But eventually, we got the money from the other lottery places. And I know how my dad can go ballistic. And I'm just waiting for the court things to happen. So before the event happens, my dad said to our delivery boys that we all need to go there and blah 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 stuff, and he has a lot of evidence to prove that this woman is wrong. And my dad pulled up this thermometer for water, which is not a thermometer that measures temperature, but it looks like one. So it measures how dirty the water is. So the higher the number is, the dirtier the water is. So he said our maximum dirtiest of our water is 20, which is the most cleanest and the most closest thing that our water can be dirty. And the most dirtiest of all, her water, 300 plus. So it means that her water, which isn't our water anymore because that's her responsibility to take care of our water gallons, because she's a retailer. She gives the other water gallons to her minor customers. So she leaves it under the sun and uses our gallons on dirty wells. Well, of course, it will be dirty. Like, I was surprised by that number. I thought that her water would be like up to 150 or something. So it's the day that my dad and Karen will finally face to face in the barangay hall, which the barangay kagawad or the village councilor does his thing. So, council stuff. So before the big day, my dad said to our delivery man that they will show up to this court, and if we win this case, and then Karen leaves us alone, and then they could all have a nice cold beer on him. And yeah, usually they did, because if our guys are happy, then business is always booming. So the time comes and I come along with my dad because hey, this is good content to tell. Now Karen is there with some other women, which the girls are not even with Karen. They want some tea to spill. But on my perspective, it's a gold mine for views. And yeah, for a short time, of course. My dad is on his drip. He's wearing a polo shirt and an army shorts with pockets. And I was wearing what I'm always wearing at my house, because it's just a few kilometers away from my house. I can just walk from it like half an hour. So my uncle who works for my dad is with my dad inside the whole thing with one of our delivery men also. So there are three guys sitting on the other left side, and at the right side is Karen, and yeah, she is the only one sitting, and I can really feel that my dad is gonna destroy this woman because she has been a drag to my dad and our business. If he got a heart attack because of her, Jimmy, you gotta go. So the counselor said you guys will be given a statement and the people won't disrupt your speech. So it's a giving scenario and stuff. So yeah, you will state your statement and blah 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 court stuff. So it's the afternoon, so my chill vibe meter is very high. So my dad opened the case. He calmly said that Karen is the first woman to ask her to retail his product because we are still growing, we are a small business, and we will try to spread it out. So she has been given all of the things that she has been nagging about all of the years, through all the past years. So he openly admits that he has mistakes also because we are still a small water station and blah 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 blah. So we had rough times because of financial problems and stuff. And I was not really listening as that much because there aren't any screams yet, almost like a normal conversation. That's why I'm just saying right now, has little information on what's going on. So a few minutes later, my dad just whipped out all of the documents that our water products had passed on. Like all of the recommended requirements are literally A plus standards by our water. And it has been approved by the Department of Health and other departments. And sure enough, Karen is just flabbergasted on the fact that my dad actually came prepared by her expression on her face. And of course, we came prepared because we want this to be done. My dad wants to get this over with and prove Karen that, she is wrong while I'm just here for content to make. Now, my dad shows the counselor the water thermometer, and yeah, sure enough, our water level is 20 to 24. Like, yeah, I'm the one who got the two water bottles filled with our water in case I accidentally drink the other one or I accidentally forgot the other one. Now, Karen is now be able to speak, so she brings up the most obvious things in front of the case. Like, she already asked this to my dad at the phone, and she said, well, how do you clean your gallons? Are you sure they're cleaning it as much as possible? And why do you did this to me? Like, I was just doing this because my customers are complaining about your water and the gallons are being mossy and dirty. Like, whoa, Karen, alright, way to go for saying the obvious. If Dr. Phil ever was the counselor, I promise you that Karen would just shut up and in the entire session and would just be bruised in her entire life. So my dad rushes to her, like not physically but verbally, to her statement after Karen just finished saying stuff. My dad says, "You leave your gallons under the sun. Of course, you always not around at your house when my delivery boys deliver your water, and my boys will mark you as unpaid, and it will always be on the book and it's recorded, and you always deny it. You're the only customer I had that complains everything, like the doctors and the officials at every office in this Riverside County." You know, it's not a county, but it feels like a county. "Loves our product, and if it's dirty, should the other people would also complain? Thank you." And a few minutes, Karen says the same thing again, but can give you metaphysical retardation and a stage 4 stroke and a mass loss of brain cells because of that statement repeatedly. Oh my goodness, I remember that. How she said it, so dumb. It made me just black out in a few minutes. You know, if a person isn't prepared for the test and just don't know what to answer and just writing the same answers hoping it would be correct, because that's how she is doing that. A few minutes, I'm not listening. The other delivery boys are there with me just minding our business, and it's the afternoon, so I look at goats, trees, and stuff because we are near a forest, and I'm not near a forest because, yeah, it looks cool. And the moment that I have been waiting for, like, my dad goes ballistic shouting at Karen and being full Darren because he just can't get enough. And Karen, on the other hand, is doing it less loudly than my dad but more annoying. And now I can't understand on what they're saying, but in my mind it's like content on all. They're all saying content in my mind, and you know, I'm happy for it. And I'm not happy that my dad is doing this. I'm just happy because, hey, content. So yeah, let me give you a representation on how does it look like when a Karen and a Darren scream at one another.
Oh my god! Oh! Oh my fucking
At this time, the counselor have reached the statement and shouts, "Enough!" Yeah, you know that. Just to make them calm down, and then he said, "Look, I'm not in any of your sides, but I have declared that Mr. Sanwan, because our last name is Sanwan, beat it, that he is in the right. He is a businessman just doing business and wants to make money just to provide and raise his family for the better future." He didn't said for the better future, but you get what I mean. "And you, Karen, I know you believe on what you believe. You must understand and rethink on the things you said, because do not mess with companies. They can't hurt you, but you're giving yourself a hard time and a bad reputation for yourself, and just make them more annoyed of you." So yeah, the match ends. No, the session ends. My dad and the Karen got a little chilled down, but Karen is still nagging less and stuff, and I'm just really want to go home and write this event all down. And yeah, I said to my dad that was intense, and my dad just smiles and does not talk to me after that. And yeah, all the delivery boys get a cold glass beer from my dad, except me because I never drink. And I just hang there for a while and write and rewrite the script. Actually, I rewrite it plenty of times. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. This might be my longest video yet. It took me like 3 weeks to make this video. Like, just right after I made the Q&A video, I immediately rushed and made this. And I appreciate if you guys would take a second to press the like button. And if you aren't subscribed, which I know you guys aren't, go click it now if you think that I'm chill. Actually, I don't force everyone to subscribe if they want to. You can press the bell icon as well so you won't miss any of my future videos. I have my social media links below, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord all below. And yeah, be awesome. Peace. Karens are pretty rare in my place, so I hope I can find another one in the wild to make a good content though.
I run, they run, everybody run, run, and we're all just having fun.